Okay, next box. What do we got? We're running out of boxes. Yeah, there's one way over there on the floor. There it is, right there. And I know what's in it. It's got a Harley part in it. It's heavy too. Ooh, that's good plastic. Bouncy, bouncy. All right. This should be a right side case for a Sportster. I'm gonna figure out what they made a box here, it looks like. There's a case in there somewhere. I might just sharpen that knife, it's already dull. Whoa, hey, don't hit the tripod, dummy. Okay, time for some more sharpening. These blades don't live very long. I'm not even cutting metal, I'm cutting plastic, tape, garbage. They don't make good blades like they used to. Doesn't matter how much you spend either, you get garbage. Okay, oh, that's a priority mailbox in there. Okay, well, I know what's in there now. That means I can cut into it. There we go. I found the secret way of getting in. Cut the piss out of it. Oh, I've been flagged. Yellow tag. Bad parts. Somewhere there's some tape to cut. Doesn't appear to be. There. Rip it open. This guy packed this really, really good. That's blown back all the way. Close. I'm going to take a shortcut and I'll cut right down the center. I must have just sharpened out its cut. Now I got to do that again. There we go. Told you there was a case in there. Somewhere down there's a case. They definitely packed that real well. Oh, it's a stupid cylinder stud. That's why they're packed like that. Should just took them damn things out. Alright. Man, that is heavy. For being aluminum, there's a lot of weight there. Alright, how do you see? Reverse order. That goes in the trash. There. Got a nice S10 truck out there as my trash can. Alright, so we got a Sportster case. This is a late model sporty case. Let's see how to get this camera out here. So this is the last of them. This is the 04 and up case. There's supposed to be something different in 5 or 6, I think, but I don't know the difference. It's a rubber mount. Look at a big rubber hole. Swing arm out there. They don't look like this. These cases are different. See? Ironhead case. I think that's 75, I think. This, I have no idea what that number means there. You can identify it, tell me what year it is. I don't know. I don't care. So these are totally different. So this is somewhere in the teens maybe. Somewhere in the 70s. Teens to 70s. How many years? More than me. No, not more. More than a couple. But what's nice about a Sportster is these dimensions for here and here match. And that hole right there, the relationship to that hole there is the same as this one to here. So when you put these together, they line up. Harley does not like making changes. See how they all line up, those holes? They're right there. So now what's the difference between an iron head motor and a late model? Can we get that hold up a little bit better down the center right now? Oh, that's pretty close there, maybe. Okay. Transmission should be about the same spot too. I doubt if they change the center line of the tranny very much either, if at all. You know, the hole for the main shaft. I don't know what the counter shaft is, but you can see the humps aren't too much different. Okay, so alright, I'm going to go with that for now. Alright, so the humps are about the same spot. Obviously the motor mount is different between that one. The bottom of the case is a lot deeper, because there's like an oil pan down in here. See that bike there? I had to put an oil pan on there. See the oil pan there? The case is cut right there. Put a pan on it. This one's already got one built in. Okay, what I want to see is how much taller is a deck on an Evo from an iron head, because I have no idea. So it looks like it's probably about a ½ inch different. Maybe not quite a half, 3/8 maybe. Hard to tell. Where's my scale at? Well, simple. This is a ½ inch wide. So if you go a ½ inch wide, it's not quite a ½ inch on that one. So it's definitely more than 3/8. So it's about 7/16 to a ½ inch different. Assuming I got my case in the same spot. Alright, so these dimensions are not much different. Now, but there is a difference between where these lifters are at. See how these are different than these ones? See that lifter down there is almost in line with this lifter. And see this one here is almost in line to this one. But look at this one here. This one's right here, and look where the other one's at. It's way over here. One's there. See, one's about right here, and the other one's over here. So that's because the way the cams work on the motors are different. So these are offset lobes. These are on center lobes. So the cams are ground differently. So even though the cams will fit in the cases between these different years, they actually do fit. They are different on the way the cam lobe is shaped. So I'm looking to do an airplane motor stuff over here, so that's why I was playing with all this shit. But yeah, there you go. You can see the difference on the case, how they line up pretty close. They're totally different. Here's that oil pickup area. So they're getting the flywheel out of the oil system. So that means when this thing here is spinning around in there, it's not making a big mess. Now this is an iron head crank with a stock bearing in it. Do you think it's the same size? I don't think so. I need 2 hands. That's too heavy for me to use my hand just doing that one deal. I'm going to wind up with some pinch fingers doing this crap. Appears to have a loose bearing. You can see they fit right in there. Even though it's not the right stuff, the bearing's too small. It fits in there. So you can see how this oil pickup here, the oil gets separated off the flywheel, which gains horsepower, and it collects down the hole, and this is your pickup hole right down here. So that's how it picks up oil and gets it out of the case. So it gives you more horsepower. That's why I get the oil pan on that bike. The crank is not in the system. So it's nice. And this is a 1960 crank, so 60. It's better than that. Close. Trying to damage the crank because that's still a good crank. But there you go. Harley doesn't make a lot of changes. They like keeping stuff pretty much the same. So, now did they change the whole location of that? Let's find out. Line that one up. Line that one up. Counter shaft is definitely different, but can't see the main shaft very well. I need a screwdriver. Camera's in the way. Tripod. Boom. So if we put that right in the center of there, we'll double check that, and that gives me an alignment tool I can see. So let's see what we got, because right now we don't know. Looks pretty close to me. Okay, let's put that one right in the center. Pick it up. I bet you it's probably the same. Yeah, I bet you it's within 1/8 of an inch if it's different. I bet you it's the same. So the screwdriver's laying right there. About right there is where it was. It's on center, but it's the wrong height, top to bottom. So you just rotate the case down. I bet you're pretty much in the same spot. So I bet you Harley didn't change that. He said Harley does not like making changes for no reason. That's why the cams and all this stuff is all the same. They just don't change stuff. Alright, well there you go. Now one thing you gotta remember when you take these things apart, you see how this shifter part here, or neutral switch, or whatever the hell this thing is, part of the shifting mechanism. See how this is all bent right now? That's because this is under tension, and when you take the case and pull it apart, you damage it. So you're supposed to take the neutral switch out or something, and get in there and lift it up with a screwdriver. Pull the switch out, go in there with a screwdriver. When you put this other side of the case in, you take a screwdriver right there, and you slide it this direction here, out of the way, and then you can get your drum will drop in here. This is your shift fork area here. It'll allow you to put that in there. So it's one of the tricks to do. If you don't do it, it gets bent like that and it doesn't work. Put the whole thing all back together and you find a transmission don't shift. So one of the tricks you got to learn. So, alright, well there you go. That's what a late case looks like compared to an early case. So the next case I'm looking for is my early Evo Sportster, which is my 86 to 90. I think that's the one I'm going to need. We'll see. Oh, this had different lifters in here. I didn't show the lifters. The lifters are in here. And they got these retainers in here that bolt in with that screw. And they got a cover that goes on here that the push rod covers go in. So that's why there's still lifters in this motor right now. So it's in these guides right here. Keep them coming up and down. It says oval on the lifter so it can't rotate. So that's how that works. Alright, there you go.